I think you can't compete with free. Again, it boils down to economics. Free is really complicated economically, the idea of free. Nothing is ever really free. That's the whole idea of opportunity cost. And of course, this is not a lecture, so I won't get into the opportunity cost, but there's no such thing as free. But when you get close to free, which is just a click away, boy, that is pretty close to really economically being completely free. And so I don't think you can compete with that. I don't think you can compete with that. What I think you can do is offer something else. And I think the product needs to change. I think you need to throw away that product and say, forget it, it's just going to be free. And come up with something that can't be free. So what's impossible, in terms of those free criteria? And maybe it's a live show. I own a bunch of live concert DVDs, from like Coachella and, all these things, and they're crap. They're crap. They don't beat going to Coachella, Nothing beats showing up, and I have, downloads of Lollapalooza and all these things, of the bands playing live. I actually kind of like the recording in the studio is better because it's nothing like being at a live show. And if you can sell that as the real value, well, you can't get that for free. You can't. You can't replace that. There's no way to download that. And that's the kind of thing that you have to offer if you're competing with free. Is something that can't be free. I think they've always been a service provider. I think they made a mistake a long time ago and thought that they were actually producing something that had some sort of tangible, effect. Like a mocha or something. They're not really making mochas or pizzas. They probably thought they were, but I always thought that arts and music and it's the feeling you get, and that's intangible. And so I think it's always been a service industry, and now it's becoming more prominent that they're obviously a service industry. So bands, they have to tour. They have to tour. That's how they're going to generate income. They're not generating income from any record sales. No one's generating any income from record sales. Just a few are making money from ringtones. So, how do you really make money? How do you survive? You have to provide that service. Absolutely. I think you have to play gigs. You have to maybe provide certain content that can't be distributed illegally. I'm thinking of like in studio recordings. Where you can see like a video of the band recording their album. That would be kind of cool, and that's something that people may pay for, like hardcore fans. There are ways to do it without being too intimate, because I know a lot of artists like to keep their distance. You don't have to go out there and shake hands. You're not a politician, but at the same time, you need to get out there. It absolutely needs to be a service.